Picture your next 20 years. Are you at the beach with your grandkids, or are you staring at a ceiling in a nursing home waiting for a nurse who has 12 other patients tonight? Because here's the truth, nobody says out loud, one ordinary fall, getting out of the shower, missing the last stair is enough to end the life you know. Not a heart attack, not a stroke, a fall. And once that happens, the odds are not on your side. Roughly 1 in 5 to 1 in 3 older adults who break a hip do not survive the first year. Of the ones who do survive, about half never fully get their independence back. Some can't even dress or bathe themselves again. If you end up in a wheelchair or in a nursing home bed, nobody is coming to take you out for coffee. A nurse is not walking you around the block because you miss the sunshine. You get help when the schedule allows it, not when you want it. So the real goal isn't just living longer, it's staying the person who gets up on their own, walks to the bathroom on their own, and doesn't need permission from anybody right up until the very end. And that starts with something almost everyone over 65 completely ignores, their bones. Here are the real numbers. In the United States, more than 1 in 10 adults over 50 already has osteoporosis, brittle, weakened bone, and almost 44% are already sitting in the danger zone right before it. Most of them have no idea because weak bones don't hurt, they don't announce themselves. The first symptom is usually the fracture itself. 1 in 2 women and 1 in 4 men over 50 will break a bone because of this at some point in their life. Don't let the next fall be your fall. Don't let the next hip fracture be your mother's, your husband's, your best friend's. Here's what almost nobody explains clearly. As you age, your muscles naturally weaken. That's called sarcopenia, and it happens to nearly everyone past 50. But your muscles were never the only thing keeping you upright. Underneath all of it is your skeleton, the scaffolding your whole body hangs on. When your muscles get tired, your bones are supposed to be the backup that keeps you stable. That only works if those bones are actually strong. Weak muscles sitting on top of weak bones is exactly the combination that turns an ordinary stumble into a hip fracture, a wheelchair, and everything I just described. If you want plain, no-nonsense health information like this, no sales pitch, no fear for the sake of clicks, subscribe to Dr. Mark and tap like on this video. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people like you. Now let's get into it. Dark colas and heavily carbonated soft drinks are one of the biggest offenders. The acid in them pulls calcium out of your bones, and every can you drink instead of a glass of milk is a missed chance to build bone. Too much sodium does something similar, forcing your kidneys to flush calcium out along with the salt. Smoking slows the cells that build new bone and speeds up the ones that break it down. Heavy alcohol does the same and raises your odds of falling in the first place. And then there's the quiet one, sitting too much. Bone is living tissue. It only stays strong under load, walking stairs, carrying groceries. Sit all day and your body reads that as permission to stop investing in bone strength. Before we get into what actually helps, write in the comments if any of this has happened to you, a fall, a broken bone, in your own life or your family. I read every comment and I want to know how many of you this has already touched. So what actually builds and protects your bones? Calcium is the actual building block of bone, and milk, yogurt, and cheese are still some of the most reliable sources of it. A glass of milk a day genuinely does strengthen bone over time. If dairy doesn't agree with you, sardines with the bones in, almonds, and dark leafy greens are good alternatives. Most people past 65 simply don't get enough of it. Calcium doesn't work well on its own though. Vitamin D3 is what allows the body to actually absorb it, and this is the piece most people over 65 are missing, since skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight with age. A lot of research points to pairing calcium with vitamin D3 as the combination that matters most for bone strength. And then there's the one people almost never mention, vitamin C. Most people only think of it as an immune thing for colds, but bone is mostly made of a protein called collagen, and the body can't build collagen without vitamin C. Citrus fruit, bell peppers, and strawberries are all good natural sources, and research has connected higher vitamin C intake with a lower risk of hip fracture in older adults. A glass of milk with dinner, some morning sunlight, and a little vitamin C with breakfast, an orange, a few strawberries are the kind of small, ordinary habits that quietly support the same structure holding you up every single day. There's one more piece to this, and it's the one people love to skip: movement. Bone isn't like a rock that stays the same shape forever. It's living tissue, and it responds to pressure. Every time you walk, climb a set of stairs, or carry a bag of groceries, you're sending your skeleton a signal. Keep building, keep reinforcing. This body still needs to be strong. Skip that signal for months at a time, sitting in a recliner, avoiding stairs, letting someone else carry everything for you, and your bones start reading that as permission to let go. A daily walk, nothing extreme, does more for your skeleton over time than almost anything else you can do. None of this requires a gym membership, a prescription, or a complicated new routine. A little calcium at more than one meal, some morning sunlight, a bit of vitamin C with breakfast, and a daily walk together quietly do more for your independence than almost anything else available to you at this age. And for anyone past 65 or any woman past menopause, a simple bone density scan is something many doctors recommend just to see where things actually stand instead of waiting to find out the hard way. This information is for education, not a diagnosis. Talk to your own doctor about what's right for your body, especially if you're already on medication. But don't wait for a fall to start asking these questions. Start today while you still have the choice. Before you go, write your age in the comments below. I want to see how many people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s this actually reached and whether it made a difference for you. If this helped, subscribe to Dr. Mark and tap like. I'll see you in the next one.